Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Just like that. Just like that.
Running it here with Peyton. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 40 now on second down. Stafford, and that's complete to Cooks. And he gets it down to the 32. 7 yards there and a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Right there, 54.
Now Stafford. Funches has it complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 17-yard line. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. Stafford going to come up first and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. They'll run now with Dillon. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Stafford. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Nelson Aguilar. His 4th touchdown on the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Bailey got the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Slam, slam, slam. Eddie Weber. Set up.
They'll run with a former Ole Miss Rebel, Jordan Wilkins. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game. And that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Brissett. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And they can't bring him down. Randall Cobb on the breakaway. Touchdown, Detroit. It's a punt return score of 70 yards. And the Lions strike quickly here for 6 points. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And that'll make the score 14-0. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. It's a gain of 9 yards, and that's going to bring up a third down. Took him 5 tries, but he is able to complete that first pass of the game.
And could you hear the exhale all the way up here? Not just from him, coaching staff, offensive line, receivers. Now he's off the schneid. Can they get him going in a nice groove where he becomes a little more consistent throwing the football?
Because you miss those first 2, but you get up the 0 for 4 range. That can be a little tricky, but able to settle in, hopefully.
Yeah, now you won't have any confidence issues. Now you can kind of get it back even with just 1 throw.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Brissett on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Brissett from the gun on 3rd. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They're going to try and throw. And he's got his man Hilton. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Brissett. Ebron caught left side.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he connects with Ebron. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 24-yard line.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Push him back.
Throwing. Brissett. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter. A lot of time to change things.
Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9".
On 3rd down, Brissett. He's got it to Hilton. He had 3 catches last week. That one his 3rd on this drive alone. The Colts with a first red zone opportunity in the ball game. They've got a 1st and goal to go at the... And he's got his man. It's Hilton for the Colts touchdown. T.Y. Hilton, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Hauschka adds the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down. Stafford going to come up 1st and 10, and he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. Now a carry for Dillon. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
From the 38, Stafford. It's caught by Funchess. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
Let's go, baby.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Stafford on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Hey, get away, D! Get away, D! Here we go!
A shotgun snap for Stafford. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll be 2nd and 11. But with his size coming out of the backfield, usually takes more than an arm tackle to get him down. That's why they like to get him involved in the passing game.
No doubt about it. You saw him running that angle route there and catching the ball. And with his size.
Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37, 30, past the 20. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Hauschka now for the extra point. And he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup. They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll run now with Peyton. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Stafford. He'll check it down, complete to Dillon. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Hey, team 6.
Here's Stafford. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it. And
the Red Sea parts, and there he goes. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Colts have taken the lead. Hauschka with the extra point, and that'll make this a 6-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
51's the money. 51's the money. Let's go, D. Let's go.
To throw again. Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Jabal Sheard wreaking the defensive havoc. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking? He's got the lane, and there he goes. The 20, 10, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. Bailey got the extra point, and that will put them on top here in the third. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put.
And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there. 2nd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Watch QB drop.
Here's Brissett. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20, and his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Avery Williamson there to make the stop. They'll keep it on the ground. Dillon. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
I'm coming after you.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a 1st down.
And the Lions, 1st down.
Stafford now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10.
21. What we got? Hey.
Here's Stafford. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. To throw is Stafford. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Stafford now to throw. And almost intercepted. That would have been his third pick in this game alone. Instead, fourth down. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window? The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it, and this is scooped up by the Lions.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. They'll try to get the running game going with McCaffrey. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Brissett to throw on first. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trey Flowers in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
After the sack on first down, Brissett complete to Hilton. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for third down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he will be very close to a first.